A Central Florida man says a mobile mechanic took hundreds of dollars from him and just disappeared. He called News 6 asking if we would investigate the company, and we did, with a surprising twist.
Investigator Lewis Bolden is standing by to tell us what he discovered. Lewis?
Lisa and Matt, I found out a lot. First, the company advertises on Facebook and on vehicles. Curtis Smith says he saw the company advertising mobile mechanic services one day and jotted the number down in case he ever needed it. Turns out he did need it, but he says he regrets ever calling. And when he started to tell me what happened to him, it all sounded very familiar.
I didn't think I'd get taken, but I got taken.
When Curtis Smith's Dodge Intrepid broke down back in November, he reached for the number he had seen plastered on the side of this van driving around town.
I needed a mobile mechanic service.
He says he called DJVV Auto Mobile Mechanic and Towing. A representative from the company showed up, inspected the car, and told him he needed a camshaft sensor. Smith says he paid $190 for the part and labor, but then was told he needed something else.
So I said, well, how much is that part? And he said, that's about $350. And I said, well, I don't have the money right now. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and call my company and see if I can borrow the money.
Smith says he got a $500 advance from his employer and handed the cash over. It was the last time he says he saw the man, which he only knew by his first name.
He called himself Mike at the time.
We found out his name is not Mike. News 6 researched DJVV Auto Mobile Mechanic and found the company is owned by Lenny M. Matranga, a name we are very familiar with and a face Smith immediately recognized.
You showed me the picture, man, that's him. That's him.
News 6 started reporting on Matranga back in 2015. His company then was called L&M Mobile Mechanics.
He just shouldn't be in business at all.
Over the course of a year and a half, numerous people came forward telling News 6 Matranga took their money and never fixed their vehicles, including David Toneff.
I'm out a $7,000 car. You know, he vandalized it to the point where I don't even know. It's total.
Many people filed complaints with the state. The state investigated Matranga in 2013 and 2015 after a News 6 investigation. But the cases were closed because, quote, they couldn't find proof the company was open and operating. 2 months later, 19-year-old David May came forward, saying Matranga ripped him off for $6,500.
I think he's a scam. I think he's just looking for free, easy money.
Our last report on Matranga was in April of 2016. 4 months later, according to state records, he started a new company, DJVV Auto Mobile Mechanic, and the online reviews say it all. One person says they paid $2,000, cashed their checks, and never did the job. Another says Matranga charged $4,500 on their credit card and left their truck in pieces in their apartment parking lot.
They should be put out of business. He should be put out of business because it's fraud. You know, he's taking people's money and he's not performing the services he said he was going to render.
Now, Smith and many others contacted law enforcement, but were all told it was a civil matter. Now, I spoke to Matranga on the phone today. He said he does not recall any of these situations, but if he owes someone money, he says he will try to repay them. Yes. Okay. So if that happens, I'll be sure and update the story.
That was an epic eye roll, by the way.
Yes, it was very much
yeah.
so. Lewis, so this seems like this could have been avoided. If people are looking for a mechanic out there, what are some steps they can take to protect themselves?
That's a good question. People need to know this. The state of Florida has no certification for mechanics, but most reputable shops require their mechanics to be certified by the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence. It's also known as ASE, and the certification should be prominently displayed, and even mobile mechanics should be able to produce it.
Sometimes you try to do convenient things, save a little money,
Yeah.
and it can end up costing you a whole
They
lot
come
in
to
the
you.
long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because it really is a nice service if
Yeah.
they can come to you and you know, your
Rely
car's
on word
broken
of
down.
mouth, too. If you know someone who's used them and they're good, it's
Yeah.
usually a good way
And
to
he
start.
used a different name, so you couldn't Google him.
Right.
Which you would have found the clickorlando.com articles on that. Lewis Bolden, thank you so much.